Can you imagine what grocery shopping was like before one of these things? No, seriously, like, there must have been a time and place when someone came up with it, right? Well, that's what I'll be covering today. Not only that, but the entire history of the shopping cart. Hi, I'm Alex. You're probably wondering, cool idea, Alex, but why the shopping cart? Well, I've had the pleasure of pushing carts at my local Walmart superstore for nearly 5 years. I use the word pleasure generously. And when you handle shopping carts as much as I do, for as long as I have, you begin to wonder, where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did you come from, shopping cart Joe? Well, if you can believe it, the history of the shopping cart is actually less than 100 years old. As a matter of fact, it was just 88 years ago in 1937 that one of the first proto-shopping carts was introduced. It was a dream conceived by this man, Sylvan Goldman, who at the time was the humble owner of the grocery store chain Humpty Dumpty in Oklahoma. The actual story of how he came up with the device is really quite movie-esque. There Sylvan was, in his office in the middle of the night, pondering, how can I get these customers to move more groceries as they shop? It was then that he found a folding chair made of wood, grabbed a basket and put it on a seat, and finally added wheels to its legs. Eureka! This inspired him, and soon he later contacted one of his employees named Fred Young, and they began developing. Their first idea was called the folding basket carrier, which evidently didn't catch on. Later on, a fellow mechanic told Sylvan that he had developed a way to mass-produce the carts by creating an assembly line that could form and weld wire. So on April 9, 1940, the patent folding basket carriage for self-service stores had been awarded. I'd be lying if I said the idea caught on immediately. Men thought they appeared too feminine by pushing the carts around, and women were reminded of baby carriages. Sylvan Goodman ended up just hiring male and female models to walk around with the carts to inspire others to do the same, and it worked. Over time, as the shopping cart was introduced to more and more of the general public, it wouldn't be long before other mechanics and engineers helped Sylvan fine-tune the idea into the carts we know and shove today. For example, up until about 1946, Goldman's carts required you to fold and unfold your carts before and after every use. It wasn't until Orla Watson came along with the concept of adding a swinging door to the back end of the cart. This way, multiple carts could connect with each other and occupy less space. Watson's concept led to a long legal battle between the two cartiers that ended with Watson getting to keep his patent for the swinging door idea. Needless to say, shopping carts were a smash hit. Studies have shown that stores that didn't use shopping carts, like Sears? Am I saying that right? Actually saw lower sales than its cart-using competitors. Boy, I sure hope Sears is still successful today. Shopping carts around the world have mostly been unchanged for decades, but not without random attempts at innovation. This includes multiple tries at automating the shopping cart to drive on its own by Chaotic Moon Labs, a little shelf to hold your cell phone by Target, or even a barcode scanner attached to the shopping cart by German company Adika to give customers a smoother, cashierless experience. Not to mention other innovations such as user-adjusted wheels, heart rate monitoring, carts with tablets, and many, many more. Needless to say, not many of these ideas caught on. That being said, one idea that did catch on was having to use a coin to unlock a shopping cart. This way, when the customer requires a cart to shop, they simply insert the coin into the coin slot at the front of the cart near the handle, which, thanks to the mechanism inside, pushes a chain on the back end of the handle out of the cart, thus unlocking it. When a customer is complete with their shopping, they simply return the cart the same way by pushing the cart back into another, grabbing the chain from the cart in front of them, and sliding it back into the lot of the cart just as they finished using it, thus releasing the coin they were just using. I'm making it a lot more complicated than it actually is. The intention of this innovation was to cut down on the amount of carts that were scattered around the parking lot that had to be grabbed by employees. This also made it less likely for customers to take carts home or anywhere they shouldn't be, as they had already made a deposit into the cart and would likely want it back. This device is widely used in Europe and has slowly made a name for itself in North America. Coins required are typically a quarter of 25 cents, but some go as far as a $1 or $2 coin. As for my Walmart, we've been working with quarter carts for about 2 years now. You'd be surprised how many customers just leave their quarters in the carts. As of now, I've amassed over $350 in quarters alone. Wow. Well, now you're all caught up on the shopping cart. That is, unless you're interested in learning more about the corrals that the carts are kept in, or the vestibules where the customers can collect their carts, or even the machines, called mules, that associates use to collect the carts. In which case, let me know if you want to see a video like that in the future. The history of the shopping cart is pretty simple, but far more interesting than I expected when I began to ponder the question. What seems like such a no-brainer device started out as controversial, and it really seems like every couple years someone is trying to reinvent the wheel by making it automated or check your blood pressure or something. But thankfully, if nothing else, you can rely on shopping carts simply being metal wire strewn together, so you can take that extra box of Oreo Cakesters home. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, or even hit that like button, as they all say. If you're interested in more cart-based hijinks or want to hear me infodump about carts again or infodump about anything, I actually, surprisingly, have more to say about other things that aren't shopping carts. So if that sounds interesting to you, please let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and for God's sakes, please remember to bring a coin when you go shopping. Thanks.